Hello everyone, happy Chinese Spring Festival. Since we're happy, we're gonna keep talking about Houdini. In today's topic, I think I'm gonna talk about labs. To my knowledge, labs is a set of tools designed for Unreal Engine, maybe other engine. To be honest, I'm not a engine user, but I found these tools useful. So let's talk about it. Alright, first things first. How do we install it? You can't see labs until you install it. And how do we install it? Hit the plus button and go to shelves and scroll down until you see SideFx Labs. Yeah, hit it. And hit this one, update toolset. And then there's gonna be a little window, and just hit update and wait a little while. Then restart Houdini, and then you're gonna see labs. Alright, let's see what we have. Go to labs. The first one is Alice version. I don't know what it is. I never used it. Or I should say I haven't used it. I'm honest like that, so I don't think I can help you with this one. Then let's go to the next one. Delete small parts. Just read the names. Delete small parts. And this one is calculate the piece attribute. Then we need a piece attribute to calculate the perimeter or area. So let me show you. Say we have a peak head. Don't give me the shader. And we do one or fracture. And say we want to scatter some points. Well, maybe, yeah, it's too much. I think 100 will be okay. And we're gonna do as offset. So the points scattered at the inside of the peak head. Yeah, this is too low, and yeah, I guess 50 is okay. And then we scatter the points inside the peak head. Then we factor it before that in order to make the pieces non-uniformly. Sorry, something bad with my mouse. In order to make the pieces not that regular, I'm gonna disable the relax iteration. So there will be some big pieces and small pieces. You can see the difference, right? If we check the relax iteration, the points will try to scatter uniformly. So let's disable that. Then we can get one more factor. We get a small pieces like this. And can we use that? We're gonna delete some certain parts. Yeah, you can see it's working. It's working. And what's this? Calculate piece attribute. We don't have piece. We don't have class. Yeah, you can see it's asking for class, but we don't have class. What we have only the names. So let's try names. Name. And can we? Well, this is much accurate, I think. Or if you really want to use piece attribute, maybe we can use connectivity to give it a primitive attribute called class. Then we can use class to show the result. So anyway, you know how to use this. Delete small parts. Alright, next one. Next one is called the quadrangulate. Just read the name and see the icon. I think this node is trying to quadrangulate the triangles and make them 4 sides. Let's give it a try. Yep, still a peak head and remesh and remesh. So yeah, make this guy triangles and triangulate. Sorry, not triangulate, quadrangulate. And how do we use this one? I never figured this one out. I don't know. I never successfully used this one. Maybe you can try to do something interesting from that. I don't know, protect silhouette. If I check this one, maybe this one will try to protect the silhouette of the original object. Yeah, I give up. Okay, let's move on. Next one is called remove inside faces. Yeah, read the names. Remove inside faces. Let's try that. Yeah, every time I gotta do it all over again. Yeah, it's not very convenient. Maybe I shouldn't delete the readout from the last one, and yeah, who knows. Scatter points. Yeah, put it here. The readout. Let's try to delete inside faces. Yeah, use a explode view to see that. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like some inside faces had been deleted. Let's crank it up. Oh, but you can see something's wrong here. Also, something is wrong here. Maybe I should keep changing the threshold. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think this one is pretty accurate. I don't know. Yeah, maybe this one is based on a boulder threshold. It's still different from just blast the inside one. You can see if we blast the inside, and then we're gonna see the inside has been blasted now, right? But this one is based on a threshold. So not everybody be deleted. That's that's my opinion. Anyway, maybe this one is useful someday. I don't like this one. Okay, what's next? It's about colors. Let's try to use them one by one. Make a sphere here, and change it to polygon, and connect it, a color adjustment, and I can change the brightness, contrast, and that's not very convenient. So let's try to give it some color first. Then we have a rainbow sphere, and then we can change the brightness and the contrast, all the color stuff, saturation, and the gamma thing. And we don't have to use CD. We can use other attributes, but right now I'm just gonna leave it here. This is the color adjustment, and let's see what's next. Color blend. Yeah, it's blend, so I guess this one is responsible for blending two colors. Input mesh 1, additional mesh. This is mesh 1, and let's make another one. Let's delete this guy so it's black. Okay, and let's put it in. There is a slider you can see, so we can blend from the first CD to the next CD. Yeah, and it can take a blend attribute. And just like I think it's like a lerp. Sorry, I think it's like lerp something. Yeah, you can lerp a attribute to b attribute with a yeah, blend attribute. Yeah, very easy to understand. Blend. Then what's next? The next is color gradient. Put it here. Yeah, we can change the gradient of this guy based on x, y, z. This is that. We can make this one maybe red, and then we can make this one maybe green. Okay, you can always change the color. And there is a custom. A custom is angle. We can rotate the radar. Pretty easy. Like I said, it's a convenient way of doing the colors. We can always do that inside a VAP or something, but this is convenient. The next one is called D-light. The D-light. The D-light is giving you a weird result. And this one is supposed to do what kind of work? What I'm gonna say is, if you're gonna scan a 3D model, and when you're scanning the model, you cannot exclude the maybe the sunlight or the light, right? Because we do the scanning based on the physical world. So if there is no light, then we cannot see anything. So this node is responsible for excluding the lights. Alright, and the next one is called edge color. I never used this one, but I suppose this one, yeah, is still work for the scanning modules. Okay, that's this part. All right, next one. Next one is called static fracture export. What this one does is, yeah, as you can see, this time I keep it. I never delete it again. So let's head back. We got the fractured geometry, right? And if we just connect it in, we're gonna hit static export, and you can see at the object level, I should do it here. At the object level, there's a newly created subnetwork, but nothing inside. It's empty, right? Because this one is asking for a packed primitives or a piece attribute. Let's say name. Do we have name? Yeah, we do have names. So we got 53. We got how many names? 54 names. Okay, this time we export again. Yeah, let's see, where are you? As you can see, Houdini automatically separate the pieces for us. Okay, and let's move it. Pretty convenient. This is interesting. Maybe useful someday. Next one is more interesting, I guess. Say we have a pig head, and what are we gonna do this time is flow map. And we can visualize the flow map. Whoa, this is crazy. What this? We can do slope. As you can see, the vector. These are vectors. The vector are following the slope of the model. Let's try mountain. Grid. Sorry. Make a grid. I'm gonna 100 by 100. And let's use a mountain. To crank up the size like this, and try to use a flow map. See, everyone is following the slope. So maybe we can make some raindrop or rocks to follow along the slope. Again, we can change the direction. Okay, we can always change the direction, or we can use the direction. We can use the direction. Yeah, maybe I can tell you next one. Sorry, -1. Yeah, that's about the slope. So let's keep going, and then the flow map brush. The brush thing, maybe we're gonna crank it up. It's too small. 10 still too small. Oh, not added. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, we can change it. This is too big, I guess. Still too big. Okay, then we can brush the vectors manually. Say we want to spell an S like Superman. So this one is very convenient and give us the ability to direct the directions, or I should say vectors, manually. Yeah, just like you can see symmetry, just like ZBrush. And what's next? And next part is obstacle. And what's obstacle? Say we have a sphere. Make a sphere here. Just leave it here. If we gonna change, well, I just want to move it. We can use the sphere, maybe toys or something to obstacle the direction. Still pretty interesting. And what's next? And I wanna see is from map to color. I visualize. There is something changing. I haven't figured it out what to do with that. But yeah, this one is definitely designed for visualizing. Okay, that's for the flow map part. Maybe we can rasterize. Yeah, slope direction or V, because this one stored the readout to V. Let's see, V, where is V? The vectors. No, I shouldn't do vector, I should just do V. But yeah, we got our direction. Okay, next part. Next part is all about the geometry thing. Lots of nodes. Let's talk about something interesting. The first one say we have a crack, and the crack is moving. Crack's legs moving, right? And we connect it. Then this node will force crack to stay at the center of the origin. And then if we stash the X form, as you can see at this part, then we can get the transform matrix of the animation. And then we're gonna do it again, but this time we are not gonna stash transform, but we're gonna restore transform. So correct moves again. Okay, stay at the center and move again. This is very useful. Sometimes, let's say the animator maybe gives you a pretty insane movement of an object, like a sphere moving very fast, and they want you to make some kind of a trail, pop trail, or volumetric trail, kind of something, right? And when the object is moving really crazy, really insane, then you cannot do stuffs just by following the sphere, because there will be some gaps everywhere. Then you have to emit more particles, or maybe crank up the sub-steps or something, right? But we can use this one to make the sphere, say, correct, to move always at the center. And we can convert correct, because correct, the original correct animation was packed geos, right? And we convert it, then it will become polygons. Since it's polygon, then we can do trail to compute the velocity. Oh, sorry. Then as you can see, Crag has velocity, and we put it here. The velocity is always right. So maybe we can do the trail right here, and then put the trail back. Put the animation back. So this one is very interesting. Yeah, a typical way of moving some object back to the center. We always use a matrix. Yeah, we can ident a matrix and do the. We can fetch out the matrices and move it back to the center. And if you really want to know about matrices, maybe someday I will make some share about matrix, but that's not for today. Just to know, you can use these nodes as a pair. Okay, next part is about box cutter. It's called a box cutter, and this one's supposed to be a convenient way of boolean. You just hold the left click and drag on the geometry. Whoa, that's not right. Say, okay, after the drag, just hit A to accept it. This one's supposed to be a convenient way of a boolean, right? But I really don't think this one very interesting, because this one isn't very accurate. So I don't want to use this one. Alright, and next part. Curve branches. Just by putting it here, we can already see some branches. We can change the number of branches. And change the length. Yeah, change the length. And then give it some variation. And control the spread. I find this one interesting, which is called curl. We can control that. Yeah, we can make a grass out of this. And in the meantime, this one, so we can give it an input. Let's make a curve. Draw a curve based on the axis, say the S, and put it here. And we can give it more branches, more children, and I can control the curl. The variation seems not working, and I can control the the intensity of the noise. Doesn't work, but anyway, maybe we can make some grass. You know what? Like copy to curve. Let me try this. Maybe this one will work. Haven't tried this before. Oh, we can copy that. Maybe too much. And control the spread kind of thing. Change the noise. But anyway, yeah, this is branches. Alright, next one. Next one is curve sweep. The curve sweep asks for a backbone. This is what we draw. The sweep, we can control the uniform scale and change the width and put some caps. Default is circle, and we can change the mesh to line. I think this one is pretty easy to understand. Optional profile, you can give it a profile, draw it on yourself. A vector guide, yeah, we can direct a vector unless unlike the typical sweep. Oh, that's the backbone. Control the round tube, and more or less the same. It's more or less the same. We can still control that. Pretty straightforward. Okay, next one. Let's talk about. I don't want to talk about the generators. There are so much generators like disk generator, sphere generator, or like star spiral. You can try it on yourself, okay? Because they are simple. And what I want to talk about is lighting. Yeah, we can easily do lighting. Say we have a peak head. Still use our peak head and connect it. What we got? We can go to preview and show input. And we can tell them. Sorry, we can tell the lighting go from which point to which one. Maybe 10 to 1. What we get? Because that was point number 10. Somewhere around here. And this is 1. So what this? So what the readout? Tinted blue maybe. We want to see animation. Let me show you what the animation is. Just like this. Maybe I should reveal it on that. Disable that. You can see just like lighting. Okay, if we don't want to see this, we can change the number. Maybe get 10. We can control the shape. Okay, and the thickness, how many columns. Because this is a light, we're gonna render it using the constant or glow material, so it doesn't matter with how many segments we have. And okay, that's it. Pretty self-explanatory. And I think we can put a maybe down some F here. We're gonna put down some F here. This is 1. This is 47. So the end point or the start point would always change. That means this one is gonna be different every time, right? And what about we use a sort? Can we sort the point order on total random? Okay, this is what we get, and we gonna change it. This is more random. It's pretty much more random. Pretty interesting. Okay, keep going. And the next one is path deform. This one can deform a geometry based on the curve we draw. Let's say, let's change this one to polygon, make it higher, and maybe we can give it some rows. Maybe we're gonna put caps on it, and to make this one follow the curve we draw. And as you can see, this one moves well because the direction is wrong. Right now the tube is up and down, right? It's on y-axis. Either we could change this one to z-axis. Well, I'm gonna control this one to z-axis, or we can change this one to y-axis because this one is on positive y, and then we can move this one to follow the curve. Number curve resolution, crank up the resolution definitely helps. We can stretch it or scale it down, and we can change the shape, add some twist. Okay. So we can make a snake kind of a thing, or worm, to follow the path, right? This is more easier than the using the chops. Alright, let's keep going. Houdini crashed. Next one is triplanar displacement. Say we have a sphere. I'm gonna make this one a polygon, maybe with 20 frequency. And this one is responsible for projecting the noise from all the 3 axes, x, y, and z axis, and then blend them together. Maybe I should give it more resolution. And we can change the texture scale by using this texture. This is the default one, and blend it more. And then we can do smooth normals. If you ever used a Arnold's, it's called a triplanar node. This node is much like this one for projecting from 3 axes and then do blend, so you can maybe make a tileable texture or tileable object out of these nodes. And interesting. That's it. And yeah, the geo part is finished. And then let's talk about measure curvature. Let's say we have a peak head. This is the peak head, and what do we got? We can get the concavity and convexity. You can control the range of the convex or concave. You can easily get some numbers out of it. Maybe you can crank up the intensity, so you can see better. But now it might be more than 1, so we can fit to 0 to 1. This is very useful button to check, and maybe you can use single color value for visualizing, I don't know. But anyway, we can get the curvature based on different method, maybe a volume analysis and tensor, and this is based on Euler. Yeah, anyway, we can get the curvature out of it. It's I think it's much easier than the original one. You can still see the curvature, and we now see the curvature. You see something like this. Maybe I'll put it on points. Yeah, it's whether or not you use this one. I like to use this one. It's up to you. Next one is much like the last one, called calculate occlusion, and maybe we can talk about, where are you? A slope. There are more or less the same. Pretty self-explanatory, and this is occlusion. As you can see, in the mouth is much more darker than the outside, which is the occlusion. And in the meantime, we can use other model like sphere, and the node will take the sphere into account. So you can get the occlusion between different models. Okay, done. Alright, that's about it. That's about Houdini Labs. And there are still much more notes for you to try it out yourself. And I hope you found this video useful. And at the end, I want to say Happy Chinese Spring Festival, everyone. Goodbye. See you next time.